Alright, well this is Josh from North Strand Community Church, and we're going over a little tutorial on how to use this Behringer x32. It's a board that we just got in here, and we're going to start working with our sound guys. We did in the first video, we showed how to switch scenes and get you onto the right page to start out with. We have a couple different pages for our sound people and for our youth. So now that we're on the right page, we're on Sunday morning. You see that we've gone through it actually and listed click, kick drum, some of these labels right on down the way, the guitars. What happens here on the left-hand side, you have about 16 faders, and those faders are built in layers. So when you go to this button on this left-hand side, you go from one layer to the next layer, which takes up the 16 through 32 on the channels right there. 17 and 32, my apologies. And then we go to the aux inputs, and then you have your bus master. So basically on this left-hand side, you're going to access all your channels that are coming in, and your bus master is going out. On the middle section here, there's 8 faders, and on this side here, you show the DCA 1 through 8 groups. What those are assignable groups, and you can set those up easily by, if you see right here, we have drums. And if I go to the top button on select, when I hit that button up top here, it lights up all of my drum channels that are assigned to that right there. And basically the way that you do that is you just hold that button and you push the select button of whatever channel you want to include into that DCA group. So if I had two hands working right now, I'd push this button, at the same time push one of these other buttons over here, and that assigns it to the group. It pulls it off the group by just repeating the process and turns it off. So we've got the drums on there, we've got our guitars, they all light up on that side. We have our keys on the second layer, and they just light up right there. So now on this DCA, kind of works like the mix buses you have on an analog board. So if I want a little more drums in the mix, I push that up, it raises up all the levels respectively. Same thing, the keys and everything else on down the way. We tried to set this up that really our sound engineers could just run off of these 8 buses along with your main mix on the right hand side here and basically run your sound. You're going to be doing a lot of your setup and stuff in here and mixing in your vocalists and making sure everything's in the right framework as far as the volume levels are concerned. But once you're actually running the show, you want to be able to just take your drums, your bass, guitar, keys, lead vocal, group vocals, and I've got media, combine all of our computers and all that kind of stuff together, and then the pastor's head mic. So really, you could run right off of here, right here. Now we do have a couple of other channels in here that were not in these DCA groups, like flute and some auxiliary instrument channels. I'm talking very fast because I want to make sure you get all this, and you can always rewind and try to figure out what I was saying. But the fact has changed that those channels will still push through even though they're not assigned to a DCA group. All this does is basically just control those output levels and give you a little bit of flexibility and freedom in that. So that's your DCA. On the next one layer is bus 1 through 8. We've programmed those in. You see this say drum ears, bass ears, keys ears, group, Josh Cathy ears, recorder. On the second level, so there's bus 1 through 8, there's bus 9 through 16. Second level, we've programmed in some of our digital effects. Now they come preset as far as where they are assigned to. We can cover that in a later video and show how to change the assignments that come preset in this board. So I moved 4 effects down to 9, 10, 11, and 12, where before they were on 13, I think 13, 14, and 15 on up. So we also have some floor wedge monitors out there, and we're running a left and right, so the house left and house right, as well as the main house mix right here. So that gets us through our layers and our channels. So that's how you access anything you need to. If we want to go to the vocalist, I push on layer 2, and that's where I get to my vocalist. If I need to go make adjustments to the drums, I push back layer 1, I get to my drums. It's just that easy to go right through all of them. Now you did see one little shortcut. There is a bus 1 through 8 and 9 through 16. Now you can access those like we showed you, 1 through 8, 9 through 16 there, but you also have the ability on the left hand side of the board to hit your bus master, and that pulls up all 16 of those channels. And so when those are engaged, your DCA group is engaged on this side because you're not using your buses. And basically all those ears we talked about, drum ears, bass ears, keys ears, that's all here now. So you can take your entire bus, a mix, all 16 of those channels, and you can mix that right off of this left-hand side if you feel you want to have a little bit of control that way. So you've got a couple different options. And that will cover us on channels and layers right now. We'll come back and we'll do another one and kind of break down the channels as far as mute, select, and how all these configurations, preamps, equalizers, how that kind of affect each channel on down the road. All right, thanks very much, and we'll talk to you soon.